Sell drugs. Not allowed to sell drugs. No happening.
It's been like that for years. Every single crime family gets involved with drugs.
What do you think of that guy that was Sammy the Bull? What do you think of his story? Do you agree with what he said?
Do I agree with what you done?
What do you think of his story? Like when you
listen
listen
on his friend like that?
Blood oaths, right? And they go against it first, and then you go against it. And they go against it. That's my point bringing that up. Like, who was really wrong? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, between Sammy and John, I mean, what's really, you know, who's really wrong? I think they were both wrong.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
That's the way I feel about it.
You calling for some wheels?
I like
Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
They both should have got whacked, huh?
Right.
I'll bring it by.
But who had the balls to go up to them and whack them? Was there anybody with the balls at that time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, too, is that, to be honest with you, he should have never became the boss.
John Gotti?
John Gotti should have never became boss.
Yeah, he was too loud and flamboyant, right? Too loud.
Right, yeah.
He liked to shine. He don't know how to stay.
He liked to shine. He liked to be in the spotlight, but you don't. He doesn't realize being a gangster does not require you being out there in the spotlight. You're trying to impress the public and let everybody know what you're doing and stuff. But it's like tell the government, oh, prove it.
Okay.
He just was addicted to the clout. He liked the fame. Right. He thought he was some kind of celebrity, famous celebrity or something.
When you take a guy like John Gotti, right, and you put him in Sicily, he becomes like a regular, schmegular person, right?
He would have got killed if he was in Sicily.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in Sicily, he wouldn't have been looked at as a big, tough guy. He would have been promoted, right? Like, a regular dude. Like, hey, it's a regular joke, man. Yo, why? You know, not only about Italians, but every nationality, culture in their hometown, they don't play, man. Like, I'm Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico, the ones in the island,
a lot of them, they're all on dope.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not talking about the weak, the ones that fall into that crazy stuff. I'm talking about the murderers. You know, people that live in islands, they think murdering people is normal, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Italians from Sicily, Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico, Dominicans from Dominican Republic. They just a different level of savagery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure the guys in Sicily make these gangsters in New York look like puppies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I heard that in Sicily, anybody could get it. There's no rules out there. There's no, you know how New York,
in a way.
they have the, you know, New York, be like, oh, we gotta have a sit down. In Sicily, your ass gets.
They were doing that in New York too. They were whacking people out left and right. And look what John Gotti did. Whacked out a boss without a commission, okay. Can't do that. They're breaking rules now. Because they broke a rule.
Cut his head off. That's
See, the thing is too with John was that he had people in his own family and his own crew that were selling narcotics, knowing that they weren't supposed to do that. And the attitude that they had was, wait, just let me just finish. They had the attitude as, oh, that's my brother. He's not going to kill me. That's my blood. But little did he know, his whole family walked on him.
You threw to your garage. You
know?
in your ride?
That's exactly what happened.
I think he was the type of dude that wanted to challenge whoever makes the rules. Like, he didn't respect it. You know what I mean? Like,
he just was just greedy.
Yeah, he thought he was above those rules, you know what I mean?
That's what it was. He was a greedy guy. He wanted the money. That's what it's all about, money. Any crime group's all about money. This whole world's all about money.
And the Italian culture, before those two individuals snitched on each other, was Sammy the Bull really respected in your culture, like looked up to as like the OG gangster, or he was just a psychopath?
Who? Sammy Guevara?
Sammy the Bull, yeah.
Out of betrayal. So it's like, what do you do when you got a boss that betrays you? You try to kill him.
Yeah.
He didn't know until after he got locked up.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's what happens. There's always betrayal in that. It's always trying to knock somebody off, who's taking all the money, who's going to do this, who's doing that. That's how it always is.
And do you see cartels?
Even they knock each other off. They try to knock each other off to try to take over territories. How do you take over a territory?
Violence.
You can't take over territories like that. Look at the Sinaloa cartel. They've been fighting for territory for years. They still haven't gotten it yet. Why? Because they tied in with the right people. You got to be tied in with the right people.
Yeah, there's always levels of.
There's always levels of people, crime groups, right? That these crime groups have that you don't have, that them other crime groups don't have.
So, like, do you see the cartel being more connected to the powers that be than the mafia?
No, I feel is that the Mexican cartels should all work together. But they don't. Just like with the Italians. All the Italians don't like each other, but they still work with each other. You know?
Cartels always trying to, there's always a group trying to be the top group. Constantly, right?
It's been like that for years.
Fighting that. For that top
who's the power, who's got the power, who doesn't, who's tied in with more criminal organizations and who doesn't.
You see how many that cartels have armies, like foot soldiers?
Yeah.
Like armies, bro. Like their numbers.
Yeah, they got armies though, but doesn't, I mean, you can have an army though, but the thing is too is that it doesn't matter though. You can have an army of people. If you're not fucking organized, what's the point of you having an army if you're not organized? Just like, look at Hitler. Hitler had an army. And you know how he went down? Because they shot they could tell who the officers were through the soldiers. All the people that were top notch all wore suits. All dressed up. So the officers were the ones who would get killed the most. That's not just because you have an army doesn't mean you're organized.
The people that are
don't work like that. You can't call a Mexican cartel organized crime because it's not organized crime. So it's not like the Italians. The Italians have that name, that organized crime, because they are organized.
And the CIA is on another level, right? Because you could never pinpoint who's who in there, like who's in control of anything. Like, you know, the real top stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the governments, you know, like the way they got this shit set up. You don't know who's in power. You see politicians on TV and presidents and all that. But you don't really
you gotta understand too. You got people out there that are fucking trillionaires, and they don't want to be seen. You don't even know their name.
They could just walk past us in this grocery store. You won't even know who they are.
Right. There's people out there like that. There's a lot of people out there like that. A fucking million. You could have a guy that's the richest man in the world, but you wouldn't even know.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Because they don't even have him on. There's no listing of him.
Have you ever? You're Italian, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced or saw in your family or other families any evidence of like satanic shit going on?
Nah.
Or is it just regular religion?
Just
pray to statues? In
no. No, they just go to church.
Or they just go to church, like simple shit.
They go to church. They're Catholic, their religion.
So you know how like different cultures, they worship different things?
Yeah, the cartels worship some kind of like skeleton doll or some shit.
Right, like they always like involved with some type of spiritual assistance.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The fuck off that bike, bitch. So,
me personally, I never heard of nothing like that. You know, like Italians worshiping the devil. I never heard of nothing like that.
Like what?
Italians into Satanism.
Good, bro. Why you shooting, bro? I said, what's up, bro?
Oh my god.
Yeah, like the mafia.
That's my fault, bro. You get your kill back, dude. I didn't mean to be a douche.
Has there ever been any, like, of mafia heads being into, like, satanic cults?
No.
No connections like that?
Nah, they don't do any of that stupid shit.
Okay.
It's all stupid shit.
So is it safe to say that in the past, mafias have created their own secret societies, their own little groups?
They have for years. They've been around for years.
So in those secret societies, do they worship anything, or is it just like they just have rules with each other?
Let's just take it off the police, bro.
I got him. Nah, it's totally different. Italians don't go by shit like that. They don't even like each other. A lot of Italians don't even like each other. They're trying to knock each other off.
Yeah, people that do crime,
who becomes boss?
Each other. Have you noticed that? That's all they do.
It's all about money, dude. That's what it's all about.
It's the jungle, you know what I mean?
That's how it always is in every crime group. It's like that in every crime group.
Yeah, it is.
Always trying to knock each other off. It's all about money.
Who's gonna be the head honcho?
Yeah.
So they say, but that's all bullshit.
Like, you know, when the top.
They don't want to get involved in criminal shit like that.
You know how you were saying earlier, it depends on the connection? So,
Yeah.
you know, somebody has to be connected with somebody to, you know, allow certain things to go on, you know?
I mean, we got the America guy help from
Yeah, but what do you mean? Yeah, but what do you mean, though? You got to be connected with somebody for things to be going on.
Like the way we get our stuff
I like this guy.
from different countries, different islands, we get things through shipments and planes, right? Like goods and stuff, drugs, food. So who owns these boats? Who owns these companies? Who owns territories? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody's connected somehow in the higher up when it comes to resources and stuff like that. You know, like
you're trying to wake up, bro. That's what you do. You wake up.
Alleged.
You wake up.
Because allegedly, you know, when you see those huge shipping containers, that's how everything is brought in the big planes.
Nah, there's actually things brought through mail.
I ain't getting any money yet.
I'm talking about huge shipments, you know? Like,
huge shipments.
It has to be in your face so it could be hidden, you know? Like, that's the way to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's difficult now to do things like that anymore. Crime's pretty much like it's all done. Years ago, the crime was different years ago.
God damn it.
Yeah, like if
you by mistake, you get killed back, dude. Sorry.
Like if you're doing crime that's
my bad, man.
Sanctioned by the powers that be, allegedly, then you would have to work hard on getting it over here. But if you're working with the people that control shit, allegedly it's gonna come right through the shipment.
They got no aim on that.
Yeah, but you gotta think of it too. They just had a shipment that came in, and there was about 4 crime groups that were involved. They all got wrapped up. They all got nailed. See, the thing is this: you don't understand. Crime is all done, bro. This day and age, it's all done. Why is it all done? Because years ago, the laws were different back then than they are today. And what I mean by that, they didn't have the RICO Act years ago. No. You can't even talk to mob guys anymore. They don't want felonies. You can't have felons talking to felons anymore.
Oh God.
Mob guys can't get in contacts. You can't. Mob guys today, you can't contact. They can't get in contacts with each other. The feds, as soon as the feds see them contact with each other, they're going back to jail again because they violated their probation. They are going back to jail again.
The same, right?